us here today. My name is Nick, and this is Austin, and this is Zach, and this is Joe. We're playing a couple of tunes by the great Duke Ellington, and that was a tune that he wrote called The Feeling of Jazz. And this next one that we're going to play is from one of his sacred concerts, and this one is called Come Sunday. Starts with you. So 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, Unity of Bloomington. Thank you, Nick Gomez Quartet. We're so grateful to have you here. Thanks to those of you joining us in person and those of you joining us online, wherever you are, whenever you're joining us, you are welcome. So I'd like to share our theme for this month, which has been spiritual living, a bold and intentional way of being, and the affirmation that goes along with this. I boldly embrace spiritual living as a way of being, aligning my thoughts, actions, and heart with divine wisdom. Through gratitude, affirmation, meditation, and self-care, I cultivate balance, joy, and purpose, embodying the sacred in every moment of my life. Now I'd like to invite you to sing. You can stand if you like or stay seated, but please join us in song.
And things are a little different this morning, as you noticed. We have 3 songs in a medley. I want you to pay attention as we go into the second song. We're going to have a slight hold or a slight pause before that second song so that you can really pay attention to the statement that you're making with it. It'll be a little bit slower, and then we'll wrap it back up again.
So let's get y'all on the feet. This is Black church style. I've got my tambourine. So you can move and groove. So just in case, I want to introduce myself. I am Reverend Minnassa, Gabon, in case y'all thought Beyonce had showed up today. So I let you know, honey, this swag is all mine, okay? It's all mine. And I told Roy I was going to try to be on my best behavior today. When you start with Duke Ellington, that's the music I grew up listening to. And y'all on this little light of mine, y'all, I was like, we up in Unity A.M.E. Baptist Pentecostal Church right now. And it feels good. It feels good. Because we are all the same. There is only one. And we are all one. And so let us, Makai and Ethel. Let us release the hounds. Release the children. Release the children to Makai and Ethel. Release the children. That's right. Come on, Ethel. That's right. Release the children. Yeah, how wonderful for them to be up here today to hear Duke Ellington, to see us celebrating and joyful. That's what we want them to know, that that's what coming to this place is about. So how wonderful. And so, yes, kids downstairs, this is our time to greet one another. So I invite you to bring your hands, your yin and yang, together at our heart chakra. Knowing that all is well and that we are one. And that as I look around this room, I see God expressed in so many ways. And for that, I am grateful. Namaste. You're free to move about the cabin.
Good to see you. Pretty good. I know this would be helpful for some
Thank
people.
you for the beautiful music.
Yeah, mine brought me, got me coming.
Oh.
I only caught a little bit at the end. Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Namaste.
Thank you. We're good. Look at that. Look up.
It's like a traffic jam in the middle of the aisle, so Tana and Randy, I didn't make it back to y'all. Namaste. Andy and Seb, namaste. Veronica, namaste. I didn't make it to y'all today. All right. So much love happening. All right. So we come to this, our time of prayer, our time of intentionally connecting and speaking from our hearts today. I want to invite you to take a breath in and then out and be present in this space. Centered in the divine presence within, we honor Black History Month, a sacred time of remembrance, celebration, and truth. We give thanks for the bold leaders, visionaries, those who work behind the scenes, and ancestors whose wisdom and courage paved the way for justice, equity, and freedom. we lift up these United States, holding it in love, knowing that the fear and the illusion of separation dissolve into the light of truth. We are one. We affirm healing for this nation, that hearts will open, that divisions will mend, and that unity will prevail. And we are grateful for this sacred space where we gather in love and honor the divine in all people. And we trust that even now, all is unfolding in divine order. All is well, and so it is. So the next song that's going to be sung, Lift Every Voice and Sing, is known as the African American National Anthem. You saw it sung before the Super Bowl by Legacies, an amazing singer, and folks got all bent out of shape. And that's fine. Phyllis and I talked about this song. She's like, oh, we're going to sing it. I'm like, I guess. We sang it every Black History Month, all 4 verses, every Sunday. But today, as a part of this congregation, it is my honor to have this song sung. Listen to Dan's towering voice. And remember that this song is really a song of hope, defiance, and the call to march forward for my community and for all who are members of oppressed communities.
Lift every voice and
Our inspirational reading today is the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. And who better to present that poem than Miss Angelou herself?
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, I rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance as if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling and bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, wow. There I go.
And so now, Nick Gomez Quartet will do a song that's called Sunday's Best. And I chose this song because, when I first reached out to, let's put our hands together for the Jacob School of Music. This is a song that I use in my personal meditation. But the power of this song is that Sunday's best. For many African Americans enslaved on Monday through Saturday night, they were wearing whatever junk their enslavers had given them. But on Sunday, they got to wear their best, the hand-me-downs. As those times changed, and we were working in factories or cleaning people's houses in our uniforms, on Sunday morning, we got to wear Sunday's best. And so when you see African Americans dressed in their hats, I had one, but I didn't have these braids when I bought the hat, so I didn't want to have a headache the whole time, so I couldn't wear it. But when you see African Americans go to church dressed to the nines, it's because there was a time that was the only day they could dress like that. And when you see them shouting and crying and getting their Holy Ghost dance on, you think, oh my Lord, what is going on with them? Because for many of us, we have to go through the whole week not showing our feelings, not being able to be ourselves for fear of offending someone. But in Sunday, in that sacred space, we're going to shout and we're going to dance. And so Sunday's Best today by the great Wayman Tisdale, who has passed away, great NBA player and college player, some of his records still standing today, and Kirk Whalum Jr. By this amazing quartet, Nick Gomez on the saxophone, Austin Thomas on the piano, Zach Rosenthal on the bass, and Joe Lawrence on the drums. few minutes before the church service started, the town people were all in their pews talking. Suddenly, the devil appears in the front of the church. Everyone is startled, and everyone starts booking it towards the back of the church. They are trampling each other, trying to get out. Soon, everyone has exited the church, but one older gentleman who is calmly sitting in his pew without moving, seeming oblivious to the fact that evil incarnate is in the front of the sanctuary. So the devil walks up to the man and says, don't you know who I am? Man says, sure do. Devil says, well, aren't you afraid of me? Old man says, nope. Devil says, don't you realize I could kill you with a word? Old man says, I don't doubt it for a minute. Devil says, do you know that I could cause you profound, horrifying physical agony for all eternity? The old man says, yep. Devil says, you still not afraid? Old man goes, nope. But now the devil's getting like attitude. Says, well, why aren't you afraid of me? The man calmly replies, I've been married to your sister for over 48 years. All right. Oh, what a beautiful image, Seb, thank you. Still I rise. I am full today. But as we close out this Black History Month, we do so with a powerful declaration, still I rise. These words remind us that no matter the challenges, the injustices, or the setbacks, the spirit of resilience, faith, and justice continues to rise. Now, we spent the earlier part of this month looking at the game plan for spiritual living, grounding ourselves in practices that strengthen our connection to the divine. And that has been the path of African Americans. It was the faith, the foundation of faith, that oftentimes kept them moving forward when nothing else could. And so today I want to shift our focus to honoring Black folks today, spiritual leaders, their legacy of activism, and I want to talk today about the power of being an ally. Now today I'm going to have quotes from not the regular folks, like MLK, and not that he deserves all the respect on this planet, but I want us to hear some additional voices today. Our first quote comes from Marcus Garvey. Take advantage of every opportunity where there is none. Make it for yourself. Now his name might sound a little bit familiar. He was in the 1920s the leader of the Back to Africa movement, because it was very obvious at that time the Black folks weren't welcome, so they're like, okay, we're going to go back to Africa. And he started a plan, and folks were loving it, until the government realized our cheap labor force is getting ready to leave here, and we can't have that. So he was arrested and charged with something. President Biden pardoned him as one of his last acts as the president 100 years later. But this has been the route. Take advantage of opportunity, and where there is none, then make it for yourself. As Shirley Chisholm said, if there's not a chair, room for you at the table, bring a folding chair. And that has been the path. The leaders that I want to uplift today, they created change where none existed. In the Black church, they'll say they made a way out of no way, forging paths of progress through courage and conviction. And so as I look at these spiritual leaders who oftentimes weren't in the church as spirituals, but they were leading from within, they understood that their faith and activism had to be merged. As Frederick Douglass said, I prayed for freedom for 20 years till I put my feet to my prayers. And that all the thoughts and prayers in the world don't work without willing hands and feet. And so we're going to take a look today that the potential for what we're wanting to do, collective liberation, begins within and then moves outside. Dorothy Height, known as the godmother of the civil rights movement, says greatness is not measured by what a man or woman accomplishes, but by the opposition he or she has overcome to reach their goals. She, along with Howard Thurman, Sojourner Truth, Marcus Garvey, who we saw before, Fannie Lou Hamer, they led not just with words, but with their actions, calling for justice, dignity, and the recognition of the divine in all people. That's all equality is when you see me, don't see a criminal, even though I did tell you my mom wanted me to commit a crime last week, but I'm just saying, don't see a criminal, don't see some, so you see how I look. This is how I look most of the time. A friend of mine, we were in Las Vegas, and we were in their little mall, and we went into some high-end store. I don't even know what it was called. And they had like all this little stuff, so her and I go in. This is another older black woman. She more gray in her hair than I had. And we're just walking around. Well, all of a sudden, I realized the salesperson is following us around. And the only way she could have been closer was if I had been giving her a piggyback ride. That is how close she was. She followed us around the store. Now, I know that most of you think of me as a sweet, kind, and soft-spoken woman. But I was feeling some kind of way. But all I could do was walk out of the store, because if I confronted her, they're calling security, and now I'm in jail. Stony the road we trod. And so we just had to walk out. Even though when we did walk out, I stood at the front of the door and looked at her with a look that said, if you step outside this door. But I'm better now. But again, why? Can't you see God in me? You may write me down with your bitter, twisted lies. Have you even questioned the stuff you believe about black folks? Or you just, my friend got robbed by a black man. So, if blacks were committing all the crimes in this country, that means me, Gail, I couldn't even be here today, because I'd have to be out committing the crimes. My 88-year-old mother, my 94-year-old aunt, my 92-year-old uncle, we'd all just have to be out committing crimes. It can't just be us. There's a funny thing on TikTok when they talk about some mass shooter. This is the truth. I'm like, please don't be black, please don't be black, please don't be black. Because for some folks, like, see, I told you that's how they is. Are we? Is it true? Can you see the God in me? That's all I'm asking. Can you see the God in me? These folks, MLK, Malcolm X, Bernice King, Dr. King's daughter, we're just saying that we can't separate spirituality and social justice. We can separate church and state, which seems to be an issue right now, but we cannot separate spirituality and social justice. You can't be a Christian and then see folks that aren't like you and think somehow they're less than you. That's my opinion. To live spiritually, spiritual living, is to wake up and to stand for justice, to speak truth, and to act with love. It takes grit. Just like we talked about the grit of spirituality. It's not easy, and it's not for the weak at heart. I see the divine in all people and commit to justice, equity, and love. So one of the things I want to talk about is the role of true allyship. How do I be an ally? How can communities outside of the African American community be an ally? Or actually, brown and black, they've done such a great job of dividing us from each other. But how can we be allies? That the things that we want in this country, we have to have the help of white Americans. So how can you be an ally? So again, the journey towards justice isn't just on our shoulders. It requires the active engagement of allies who are willing to leverage their privilege for change. I know I was poor. Okay, you have privilege. If you've never been followed around in the grocery store or in the store, you have privilege. If you're not afraid when you get pulled over by the police that you may not be alive at the end of that stop, you have privilege. Just accept it. Stop. Right? And I'm asking you to ask your friends, your cousins, to use your privilege to help, to open doors, to have conversations. A powerful example of an ally is Frank Sinatra, old Blue Eyes. His unwavering support for black artists during segregation and Jim Crow made a difference. Him and Nat King Cole were at an event. He goes to the dining room expecting to see Nat King Cole down there so they can eat, and he's not. Then he says to Nat, "Why did you eat in your room?" And he's like, "Where else am I going to eat?" So Frank Sinatra goes to that place and is like, "If you don't let Nat King Cole eat in this dining room, I will not perform here." You say, "Well, I'm not Frank Sinatra." But remember, or maybe you don't know, at this time, Frank Sinatra wasn't Frank Sinatra. He was in Vegas for a reason. He got kicked out of Hollywood. Most people don't know that. He got divorced, and the Pope was like, "No," and he got kicked out of Hollywood. He was in Vegas because that was the only place he could go. And still, in that precarious spot, he stood up for Nat King Cole, Sammy Davis Jr. That picture at the bottom is Count Basie and Quincy Jones. He demanded. Marilyn Monroe, Ella Fitzgerald wanted to sing at this jazz place, and they were like, "Well, you got the most amazing voice, Ella, but you're the wrong color on the outside." So Marilyn Monroe went and said, "I will sit in the front row every night that Ella Fitzgerald sings here." Use your privilege. Use your power. When your relatives say things like, "The only reason you hired that pastor is because you're doing a DEI hire and she covered the spot. She's black, she's a woman, and she's LGBTQ." You say, "No, we hired her because she was amazing." Woo! You say, "I have the qualifications. I have an MDiv. I have 25 years in ministry. I'm a community college professor," right? But there's some people who will say, "You could have hired 2 white women and you hired that black girl. You did DEI." I need you to say that's not right. Or, "Well, these people are causing are they? Are all of them causing the problems, right? Well, my uncle's got a bad temper and I don't say nothing. And that's why his thoughts don't change. Well, I won't get invited to the family event. Do you want to hang out with those people? I'm just saying, we need allies. I can't get in your family secrets and talk about stuff, but you can. Kwame Ture, also known as Stokely Carmichael, puts it this way: "The secret of life is to have no fear. It is the only way to function." Fearless allyship means speaking up, even when it's uncomfortable, and even when it costs you something. If being an ally, you only do it when it's convenient, no thank you. I need you, this world needs you, to be an ally when your knees are shaking, when you know there's some blowback coming your way. I was at Baptist Hospital, which I worked, and me and the nurse downstairs were having a conversation that ended with me slamming down the phone and saying a word that rhymed with the word twitch or witch or hitch. I apologize, so we did have a doctor there, and we were arguing because she wanted to bring a patient up who needed a higher level of care, but we had just sent a nurse home, so we had no one to take care of the patient. I'm saying, "You are a nurse. You know we can't do that." And so her and I are squabbling. So one of the young black girls there, Rose, who was raised in the South, pulled me aside and said, you know, when you act like that, they'll say that you're an angry black woman. And I looked her in her eye and I said, black women have every right to be angry. Well, I don't think she was expecting that. And then I said, I don't give a damn what they think about me. That's the attitude we need from allies, to not give a damn. How do we take action? Some of you are already doing this. Reach out to your senators and representatives to express your support for DEI initiatives, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm like giggling over this because all these white women got fired from their jobs because they were the DEI CEO or it's like, oh, you thought folks who looked like me was getting the doors open. No, that's never how it works. Check the numbers on affirmative action. White women got most of those positions, then Asian, then Hispanic. Then we got to come in the door, even though we had kicked that door open to get in. But let them know. Do you support diversity? Do we want just, all we're going to have at the potluck today is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because we don't believe in diversity. Right? I mean, that doesn't even sound correct. I mean, we got a chef sitting back here. I said, like, hey, you know, just make me some hamburgers. That's it. Nothing. We don't believe in diversity. But do you believe in diversity? Do you believe in equity? And do you believe in inclusion? Let them know. Post on social media about African American leaders who inspire you. Financially support black organizations like Black Lives Matter, the NAACP, or an HBCU, a historically black college or university. Engage in reflection. Read, learn, and uplift black voices. Google black podcasts and hear what black folks got to say. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the rising. That is what, in my opinion, is being a spiritual person is all about. Are we willing to walk our talk? I think that's what the sign outside says. Spiritual living, walking the talk. Or is it just about what's comfortable? Is it just about what's easy? This United States is in a hot mess, and it's hungry for people who can do something, who know how to lead from love, who know how to speak the truth from a place of love, who know how to say, this is not right. I'm loving it. This is for a minute, all these Republicans have gone back to their homes and having these town halls, and folks are in there lighting them up. Why? Because now it's hitting them. When you thought it was just coming to me, they were like, oh, well, sorry. And it's a beautiful thing because we need each other. We are the United States. We are united. I don't care, Republican, independent, whatever. But we can unite behind the fact that no child in this country should go to bed hungry. That is ridiculous. No adult woman should have to ask permission to do whatever she wants with her body. Yes. Thank you, Tana. That I should be able to live in whatever neighborhood I want to. Amen. And Gail and I have a house under contract in Sherwood Oaks. Is that where you live, Patty? Yes. Right? This is the dream of this country. This is what I love about unity. Even the unity had to learn. Johnny Coleman wanted to be a unity minister. She went down to wherever direction to, where is it, Missouri? And they were like, oh, in the South, well, you're going to have to stay over in this storm. And she said, is that how unity gets down? She called them out on it, and they made the adjustment. You know that I love every single one of you. But I'm telling you, Gail and I are having conversations. Where are we going to go? If they start doing stuff, I'm not going to get bit by a German Shepherd or hosed down by a fire hose. I'm going to grab my passport, me and Gail's marriage certificate, my birth certificate, and I'm out. I'm too old. Let Lily and everyone else. I don't want to think that way, but I need to know that people of goodwill will rise up and say, not anymore. Love is what rules. Hope. I know this is a unity church, but in the Centers for Spiritual Living, they say we want a world that works for everyone. Take the T out of the LGBTQ. Hell no. T, trans. Say it.
I will rise up.
Look at my girl Tana back there. We need people to rise. And I know, Joe, Michelle, I'm just saying, Leslie, we have got to rise. Still I rise. It's us together. It's all of us. We rise up. And the song that and the song that comes after my message today, it says, in the midst of everything that's happened to my folks, we are still able to say, I'm feeling good. Butterfly in the sky, you know how I feel, that no matter what happens, I'm feeling good because of this. These allies, these love-filled. This is how Maya Angelou could write those words. Still I rise.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Yeah, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Ooh, and I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the trees, you know how I feel. And it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonflies out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Freedom is mine, and I know what I feel. And it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life
So this is our meditation time, but I'm looking at that clock. So let's all take a breath in and out. All right, Mary Ellen, come on. We're going to move right to the move right to our offering.
We now prepare to show our gratitude for what we continue to receive. There are several ways to contribute to Unity of Bloomington. Checks or cash are always welcome, or you can use the text to give button on the screen or the donate button on the website. As the offering bags are passed, you may want to bless the bags and their contents. If you're new to us, please fill out one of the blue visitor forms in the pocket in the chair in front of you with your first impressions. Prayer request forms are also available in the pocket. Both of these forms may be dropped off into the offering bag as it is passed. If the greeters would like to come up. I'd like to invite you to join me in speaking our abundance affirmation together. I am an abundant being in an abundant universe. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God within is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience.
I stand here in my power, I am fully realized, I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine, with energy and talent, I manifest my dreams, all my cells are in alignment, I'm this God created me, I stand here in my power, I am fully realized, I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine, with energy and talent, I manifest my dreams, all my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me,
All right, if the greeters would like to join me in the front here, and we can all say our offering blessing together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Thank you. Go for it.
So first of all, can we thank Nick Gomez Quartet one more time? All right, I'm going to run through these announcements. You know the annual meeting's today, right? If not, I don't know what rock you've been under, but today's the annual meeting. So we have food afterwards. You know there's food because Lily's out there. So there we go. So the quartet, please have something to eat. You are more than welcome. Community Sing. So on March 1st, there will be a community sing here at Unity, which is led by Angela, and this is a way to learn and participate in some positive protest songs. So this little light of mine, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Those were all the protest songs sung as they ready to walk out of the church or get off the bus. Those were the songs that got their hearts ready to go and move. And so join Angela March 1st. Is that the right date?
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yep.
11 to 12:30. Just like we had with Melanie DeMoore. Come and participate in that. So the teen, young adults, and tweens on the first Sunday, which is next Sunday, down in the Katie Room, facilitated by Augustine and Michael May, discussions that will explore responding to life issues based on different perspectives of Unity principles. We want to empower our teens with ways to deal with this world based on what we believe, and how to embody that. Starting next Sunday, the 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, no, the 23rd and the 30th, we're having spiritual economics. Our theme this year is prosperous living, and so we want to work on how can we be more economically spiritual and prosperous in all ways. True prosperity is more than money. And so you see, starting March 2nd, say, well, I can't come to the first one. That's fine. Get your book, sign up so you can get the paperwork. Well, I can't come to the last one. That's fine. Get your book, sign up, and we'll be good to go. I can't come to any of them, but I want to learn. Get your book, sign up, and Joni and Carol will take care of you. Did I miss anything?
The kitchen cleanup.
Oh, it's not on my thing.
Next Sunday after the class, I'm inviting anybody who wants to stay after a little bit. We're going to be clearing out the kitchen downstairs. We're going to give it a thorough clean, so many hands make light work. So if you'd like to come down, I probably will take 45 minutes for us to clear everything out of the kitchen and clean everything down. Thank you. And then Susan Dabkowski and a couple select people are going to curate all the stuff that's in this kitchen and put what's needed back in, and then we're going to release the rest of it. In fact, we're going to be putting it up on tables next Sunday.
The 9th.
On the 9th, and then if you see something that you want to have, take it. And then the rest of it is going to go to various locations and any place you might need it. So next Sunday is the clean up and clear up and clean up that way after the class. Thank you.
All right, I invite you to stand if you'd like. And speak with me, our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And let's form a circle and sing our peace song together.